Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Honored to be connecting in with you. And we have been talking about falling into balance. That's been a theme that we've been talking about in September. And today I wanted to focus within that, finding that balance, really shifting with the seasons to find that alignment and support for you. How do we thrive in that? How do we thrive in our life as we are overcoming, as we are finding that balance and get to that place of not just surviving, but thriving? And in doing so, when we choose to thrive, when we choose to fully show up, we have the opportunity to make a positive impact, a positive difference because of our journey and our willingness to fully show up and our willingness to choose to thrive. I'm very excited about our two guests today. They both have gone on incredible journeys and are now coming forward to share some of their amazing work that they're doing to make a positive difference in the world. They have discovered how to not just survive, but thrive and lean into making a positive impact around the world. So I know you're going to enjoy a conversation today. Looking forward to introducing them. But today, I want you to really get the most out of our time together. So the best way to do that is to stop and pause, to choose to be fully present, because there is a reason you are here today. There's a reason you were called to tune in. Trust that. Allow what is here for you to pour into you. So by choosing to be present, you're creating room and space for that. In fact, let's take a deep breath in through the nose, all the way to your toes, and then out through your mouth, like through a straw. Keep breathing. It's so good to make sure you have ample oxygen within you, breathing in deeply. So often we're so busy, we forget to breathe. We're breathing shallowly. So taking that deep breath, it helps pause. It helps you calm your nervous system, reduce stress. You can breathe out what no longer serves, which creates room for more that can be supportive and uplifting and empowering for you. So as you're breathing, I encourage you to close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And take a moment to think about some of what I've shared and explore. Are you thriving in life? Are you choosing to make a difference? Are you choosing to bring forward those things that matter most to you? And just see with curiosity. And as you're exploring those things, what is it you need to support you on your journey, to help you thrive even more, to help you have an impact that's even more wide-reaching? Perhaps it's I'm looking to survive and I need support in that. Wherever you are in that range, honor that, acknowledge it, and then see what do you need. Not how, but what do you need that you are willing to receive, because you absolutely have choice. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Beautiful. Let's take that acknowledge and awareness of that information. Take another deep breath. Come back into the room, eyes open, fully present. Take a moment to write down what was laid on your heart that you need and are willing to receive. By writing it down, you're connecting your heart and your hand. It's bringing more of you in. It's also bringing it into reality. So it's not just swirling around in you, but you're starting to co-create it. So write it down and then have that paper and pen ready to take notes as we talk today, as things spark your heart and your spirit. Write those down, capture them. And then during our breaks, we have breaks built into the show. It's an opportunity for you to pause and breathe and process, integrate what serves. So have that paper and pen ready. We're going to go around our room. I'm going to have each of our guests share what was laid on their heart when they took a moment to stop, pause, and listen. So with that, Shirley, I'd love for you to share what was laid on your heart.
I thought of help, love, and expansion.
And the first word again?
Help.
Help.
A lot of us don't want to, or don't admit that we need help, or it's hard for us to receive help.
Mm-hmm. I love
want to be in control.
Yep. I know that. I know. And it's hard to accept help when we're trying to be control in charge of everything.
Right. Right.
So I love that. So help, and that really opening to that allows for that expansion and support, which is so important for ourselves and others. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you, Shirley. Oh, and love. Always room for love.
Not only for others, but ourselves as well.
Yep. Goes both ways. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And absolutely. And Aurora, how about you? What was laid on your heart?
Probably connections and community to people and experiences that I feel I belong to more today with what I'm bringing to the table.
I love that.
So connections
and community. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Well, listeners, I'm also curious about what was laid on your heart when you took a moment to stop, pause, and listen. Or perhaps what Aurora has shared or Shirley has shared has sparked something further. I hope that as we go to this first commercial break, you continue to sit in this space of listening, of receiving, that you feel connected, that you can feel us forming a community together, that there's support here and help. You don't have to do it all on your own. There's great love and room for expansion. So as you reflect on those words that were laid on our hearts, as we took a moment to stop, pause, and listen, see how they're touching your heart and spirit. And we'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Follow Voice America at Facebook.com/Voice America for juicy updates from your favorite radio shows and podcasts.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Voice America programs are now available on your favorite connected device, including Amazon, Alexa, and Google Home. Through streams with Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio, listening to your favorite show is as easy as saying the show name followed by the word podcast.
Hey, Alexa, play Finding Your Frequency podcast.
If that doesn't work, try adding on TuneIn or on iHeartRadio or on Apple Podcasts.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. I think it's always amazing what a difference 1 minute or 2 minutes can make when we choose to use them, when we choose to pause and be really present in them. It can make such a powerful difference throughout your day and throughout your life. So I encourage you to use those moments as we go through and continue with our conversation today. I'm excited to introduce our first amazing guest. I know you're going to love her heart, her spirit, her vision, and what she's bringing to the world. So it's my honor to introduce Aurora Bergere. She is a family system strategist, certified hypnotherapist, life coach, Reiki practitioner, and human behavior enthusiast. I love that, a human behavior enthusiast. She is also the CEO of Sync at Home, and she's absolutely passionate about making a positive impact on future generations. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful, dynamic, and impactful Aurora Bergere to the show. Welcome.
Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you.
You are welcome. Good morning. Excited to have you here today. And I'd love for you to take a moment and share a little bit about why this work of supporting families and future generations and all that you're bringing forward in this area, why is this work so important to you?
Mainly because of my own journey and getting in my 40s now, understanding how much my childhood impacted my life and most people around me. That's what you keep hearing over and over and over. And I find that we have a lot of self-help for adults. And as far as children and family coming together to really build a strong emotional foundation, we don't have as many. It's much more in the culture now, for sure. We talk about it, much more than we used to. But I still think that there's a lot to do, and that's really where my heart is. Because, the child development from 0 to 5 is so important, and the bottom line is that our from 0 to 5, our family is like our first social interaction. So I feel like that's where I want to put my energy.
Beautiful. I love it. And I love that you have a heart for this and you're really looking to bring that support to families and to children so they have that really amazing, positive, and powerful foundation for social interaction and for their own knowing of themselves and being secure and loved and empowered in their life. So I love that you are so committed to that. So as you look at all the different ways that you're leaning in to support and help people in this space and help families and children, do you mind sharing, just because I know you've got a lot of things in the works that you are bringing forward and are going to be shared, do you mind just giving a quick overview of some of those things that you are excited to be bringing forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the first thing is our children's book, because we want it to be accessible to every single family in the world. It doesn't have to be expensive to learn about who you are and what you need emotionally to thrive as a person. So our book's called Super Intelligent Emotional Me. I collaborated with a very good friend of mine, Laura Calvo, who's an incredible artist. She did all the illustrations for it, and it's absolutely delightful and super fun. Mm-hmm. And basically, it's an initiation for the parents and the children to go through together and learn together. So basically, each story can be interactive, or we can just read at bedtime. It's really up to the family, the time they have, and however they want to go through the book. And also, after each story, we created a note to parents with a little bit of science behind what's really going on in the child's brain, as far as their own development. So everybody learns together, and mm-hmm. it's a time to connect and learn, and step away from each story with something to think about for the parents and for the child. So it's we're very excited about this book.
Beautiful. We're going to talk about some of the other things you're bringing forward in a moment, but I want to go into the book here a little bit more, if you're okay with that.
Sure.
Because the launch is just around the corner. So
it is.
We're very excited about this book. And I had the opportunity to see an advanced copy of it. And she's right. The pictures are absolutely delightful and engaging. And the stories are fun and impactful. And there's so much that you can learn as you navigate through in, I think, your own life and in working with children and supporting your children. So really powerful book. Very excited about its release. And do you mind sharing the date it's coming out and the cover? I'd love for you to describe the cover.
Thank you. Yeah, it's coming out October 6th. So I think we are a week away. Mm-hmm. The book is a very colorful blue, yellow-ish colors, because we know that children are very attracted to bright colors. And basically each story is a fun little animal characters that mm-hmm. don't really look like animals, but it could be somewhere that we don't know about. So they're very intriguing characters and just very inviting and fun. So that's basically what you're going to see. The cover is just all the characters on the cover. It's blue, yellow colors, and the title in the middle, obviously, Super Intelligent Emotional Me.
Beautiful. And it's coming out on October 6th, just around the corner. And I know for the first 24 hours, you're going to have a special rate as you're in honor of releasing it and bringing it to the world of $2.99. So any listeners that are intrigued, mark this date on your calendar, October 6th. I know you'll love adding this book to your library, and to be able to get a fully illustrated book like this for $2.99 is an amazing opportunity. So I don't want anyone to miss out. So lean in, write it on your calendar. We'll be sharing it out as well. And Aurora, is there something just on your heart as you are ready to bring this book forward that you're really hoping people discover as they lean in and enjoy your book and share it with their family?
Yeah, I mean, mainly it's just a sense of connection and belonging. That's really the intention behind the book, because we live in a world where everything goes so fast. Life is just becoming a little crazy, and it's not easy to be a parent. I think most of us know those basics, but as you go through life, we tend to forget. And so this book is just a small reminder while they're reading that story at night that we need to connect with our children. We need to take that time, because this is going to impact the rest of their lives. So,
beautiful.
If anything, that would be that.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And I love how that just ties in so closely to what was laid on your heart as we opened our show. So it's that's beautiful how that ties together. And I'd love for you to share a little bit of what is NLP for those who don't know, and how does that tie into some of what they discover in the book as well?
Yeah, Yeah, so NLP are tools, they're communication tools, basically. So emotional intelligence is, you know, getting to know the self, right? We go deep into the connection between the thoughts, the feelings, and the way we act, right? This is emotional intelligence. And NLP are very powerful communication tools that actually people use a lot in business, like, you know, building rapport and all that stuff. So we realize that you don't need to be a rich, successful businessman to use those tools because they are available and they're very easy to use. And so we're like, why don't we introduce that to children? So early on, they have like a very powerful set of tools to go through life. So that's what NLP is.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And I love how you have built that into what you've created in this book. So thank you for taking a moment to expand on that a little bit for us. And I'd also love for you to share, I know you have an online program coming out and just some amazing things. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about that too.
Absolutely. So we have a program. So I have a company that we're launching also next week. Everything is, you know, coming together. It's called Think at Home. And we are launching a 6-month online program and a workbook for family to go through together. So each week they will receive in the mail, once they purchase the program, their weekly assignment. And slowly it's a build up into very deep connection to you children as a family and creating a strong structure, emotional structure, a new way of communicating together. And adding to you daily routine and really get to know the people that are around you deeply, because sometimes we live with each other and we don't really know who we are deep inside. So we're challenging everyone to really just, you know, put their heart out there and you know, be vulnerable and open and also we are teaching also all those tools, obviously, to help them, you know, go through it. And by the end of it, you will have a complete different family dynamic. And I know for a fact that you'll be much happier. And more importantly, you're going to develop a strong support system, not only for yourself, but for everyone, and making sure that we're all moving along together and nobody's, you know, left behind.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing. I'm very excited for all that you are birthing and launching and bringing forward. I know this is an especially busy time, you know, the week before everything is coming out and being shared. And I just really appreciate you taking time to share with us and let us know about your powerful book and program. And I so appreciate your heart in this and your spirit to really come alongside families and children and support them in having that beautiful foundation, having that support. And that's how you're making a global difference. It's heart by heart, it's family by family, and having it ripple out. So as we're taking that in and coming alongside you in that vision and what you're looking to bring forward, what can we do? Is there a step we can take today? So we'll write this in a calendar. We're going to write your contact information down so we can lean in as soon as everything's available. But is there something today we can do to connect a little bit more with our families and with each other?
Absolutely. You know, the first thing you can start right away is just create a time, set a time, put it on the calendar, because now we put everything on a calendar. So just set that time to sit down with them and to listen and to see where they are. And same for you, share with them. You know, we think that we need to hide to protect them. And they understand much more, you know, they can feel energetically if their parents are doing well or not. So there's no need to hide. I think openness, open conversation, and creating a space, you know, a safe space for everybody to get together and talk, that that's really the beginning of it. And if I may just add something for people that are not familiar with NLP and want to learn more about it, it stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and I highly encourage everyone to look into it because they are very, very powerful tools.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your wisdom. And I'm very excited. Do you mind one more time giving us the title of your book and the date it'll be released, just in case anyone missed it?
Absolutely. Super Intelligent Emotional Me, and it's coming out October 6th.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Aurora. And we are going to our next commercial break. And as we do so, listeners, I want you to think about what Aurora has shared. Absolutely. Write down October 6th in the calendar. Be leaning into her powerful book that's coming forward. But also, how can you incorporate creating time for that connection starting today? And creating that safe space and that openness for communication. How can you do that? Can you pull your calendar out and actually write a time that you're creating that space? Wonderful advice. We'll continue our conversation.
Thank you,
Absolutely. My pleasure. We'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
A little birdie told me Voice America is on Twitter. Follow us at Voice America TRN.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Voice America programs are now available on your favorite connected device, including Amazon, Alexa, and Google Home. Through streams with Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio, listening to your favorite show is as easy as saying the show name followed by the word podcast.
Hey, Alexa, play Finding Your Frequency podcast.
If that doesn't work, try adding on TuneIn or on iHeartRadio or on Apple Podcasts.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
It's your world. Motivate, change, succeed. VoiceAmericaEmpowerment.com.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes and that you pulled out your calendars and you wrote October 6th on the calendar and that you marked a time or maybe several times that you're going to mindfully, purposely connect. That you're going to create that space and that time to listen, to share, and to support your family. Wonderful advice. As we continue our conversation and really looking at how can we overcome, find that balance, and really thrive in our life, I'm very excited to introduce our next guest. I know you're going to enjoy her spirit. You're going to enjoy her heart and what she's looking to bring to the world as well. So very excited to introduce Shirley Buck. She is a survivor, has turned mindset coach, I would say mindset expert coach, who empowers others to overcome trauma and abuse. She has a Reiki healer, coach, public speaker, and author. She is absolutely passionate about helping people have hope, heal, and thrive. Please lean in. Warmly welcome the powerful, dynamic, and inspirational Shirley back to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You are very, very welcome. Excited to have you joining us today. And I know next week's very exciting for you too, with something you're bringing forward as well. But before we dig too deep into that, I wanted to start with why. Why is this work of helping others overcome trauma and abuse? Why is that work so personally important to you?
Well, it's personally important to me because I myself had experienced years of trauma and abuse, not only from outsiders, but my own family members. And I feel that when someone goes through something so traumatic, it can last a lifetime. It can cause pain, depression, anxiety. I myself have experienced all that. I had eating disorders, and it affected me in a lot of negative ways, and could have continue to have affected me in all these traumatic ways if I didn't find the tools of learning how to change my mindset and change my thought pattern, which amazingly changed my life, my perspective. I saw evidence of opportunities and growth happening. It was miraculous, really, just a simple act of changing my mindset, learning how to use my thought process to take my power back. And I want to help others do that as well.
Well, I commend you for not only surviving, but learning how to thrive and make those shifts, and to now be reaching out to help others have peace and hope and healing in those spaces so they can move forward in a powerful and empowered way. I love that you have leaned into that and are helping so many people in so many ways. So I'm curious, with the work that you do, because I know you're very busy, why were you compelled or felt called to bring a book forward? And I'd love for you to share a little bit about why and what your book is titled and what you're hoping people discover in your book that's coming out.
Well, for years, people have told me, you should write a book. You should write a book. And I've always wanted to, but I never really thought I could achieve that. And it took a lot of years. And I'm glad I waited, because a lot more things have happened, and I've learned a lot more in the years that it's taken me to get to the point of writing a book. I wrote the book to share my story because I believe you have to be vulnerable yourself in order to help others. You have to be able to put your own story out there and let them know why you would understand them. And it's not easy to share every aspect of your personal life, but I felt I needed to do that in order to show others how bad the trauma and abuse was, and that no matter how bad it is, you can overcome it and you can achieve happiness and create the life you desire. I'm living proof of that. So that was the reason I wrote the book. I think what people can gain from it is learning tools, not only reading the story and understanding how to overcome such trauma and abuse, but gain the tools to become empowered, not to let the situation or the person or people that hurt you, not to let them have that power over you anymore, not to let them continue to hurt you, especially if they're no longer in your life. And it's taking back your power and not only helping yourself, but possibly helping others down the road, because I think that's what we're all here for.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing, and I appreciate your willingness to share vulnerably and share the extent of what happened, and that you have come through on the other side and are now shining and helping so many people. And I think that takes a lot of courage and is a gift when you are willing to share your story in such a way to help others. And I'd love for you to share, what is the title of your book? And could you describe the cover? Because I feel like it ties into your story so beautifully.
Oh, thank you. Yes, the name of the book is Sweet Freedom Whispered in My Ear. And the cover portrays a young girl who's kind of disheveled. She looks sad. She's in a home that's kind of torn down. And you can tell that she's troubled and she's hurting. And it represents a life of trauma and abuse, really. And then she's looking in the mirror, and in the reflection is an adult, a woman, walking away happily into nature and maybe glancing slightly over her shoulder and just saying, I'm walking away from it all. I'm leaving it behind me, and I'm starting a new journey. And that's what I wanted to capture in the cover of that book.
Beautiful. I love it. And I feel like it captures it so powerfully. And the woman walking away is vibrant and looks happy and joyful and confident and empowered. So I feel like you captured your vision so beautifully. And I'm excited for your book coming out. So when is it coming? Oh, good. I know it's just around the corner. It's next week as well. Can you share the date so people can put that on their calendar?
October 4th, which happens to be my best friend's birthday, so I think that's pretty neat. And she is actually someone who's grown up with me, through my life. She's been my friend since I was 9, so she was a witness to a lot of this trauma and abuse, so I think it's kind of neat that it's falling on her birthday.
Oh, that's very cool. I didn't realize that. So that's neat how that ties together. And what a wonderful way to celebrate with her as well. So that's very cool. October 4th, and Sweet Freedom Whispered in My Ear. And it will be available for the special rate of $1.99 for the first 24 hours. And listeners, if you've been following us for a while, we always like to let you know when books are coming out and when there's a special deal, because I love special deals. So I want you to know about them and take advantage. And we'll be sharing out about both of these powerful books next week. And you can see them in social media and lean in to take advantage. Just watch for the special links so you can take advantage of the amazing rates that they're going to be offering for the first 24 hours. And we'll have time at the end of the show where you can get all their contact details so you can follow them and get on their lists, and even have an email that can give you that special link so you don't take a chance of missing it. So be listening for those. So I'm just reflecting on your book. It's just around the corner. You have shared your story vulnerably, and was that hard to do? Did you have to face things or use some of your tools, or what was it like to write your story in such a vulnerable way?
Well, I first wrote the story with just the facts of everything that happened. I didn't really describe any of the emotions, or I just wrote it in a timeline of all the abuse that had happened. And then I went back and revisited each part and thought about the emotions and what I went through and described like the what the home looked like, the description, and that was a little bit tough to. It was very tough to revisit and remember all those painful moments, because that's not what I do in my mindset. I had the tools, and I kept them close by me, and I kept turning back to my tools and to the people that I love in my life. My children, my grandchildren kept the magic and laughter in my life as I was going through that. So I was blessed to have the family, my children and my grandchildren behind me and supporting me. And we remember to bring a lot of joy, fun, and laughter into our lives. That's a very important part of my world, is to stay childlike and to remember to incorporate joy and laughter and fun into our lives. So I did that during the process of writing the book. So even though it was painful, I was able to get through it and keep practicing the gratitude.
Well, and I know one of the things that you shared with me on the journey was your desire to really help others. And so you were as you were going through and choosing the moments to share, it was from a perspective of helping people understand what you went through and the hope on the other side. So you were very thoughtful and reflective on what would really serve the readers to know. And I know when I had the opportunity to read your book, I was deeply impacted. There were times I wanted to reach through the pages and hug little Shirley and whisk her away. And there were times, absolutely, I was in awe of how strong she was and is, and what she was able to survive, and what and I learned some things about some different communities that I didn't know. And I also was just in awe of her courage and her strength and her willingness to keep going forward, and her humanity in the journey as well. So it was very deeply impactful, and I just honor you for your story and your willingness to share. It's touched my life, and I know it'll touch others as it ripples out into the world. Is there an intention or something just on your heart that you feel at each heartbeat that you are hoping this book does and helps people with?
I really want to touch the lives of as many people as I can that are hurting, and show them that there is hope, and there's definitely a way to get over this. I myself have done it without traditional therapy and medications, but I know that, sometimes that's necessary, but there's also another option outside of that that brings a little more fun and joy into your life while you're healing. Sometimes there's only a very serious, hard path that someone sees that they have to go through to get to the other side. My process is a little different. My process incorporates fun, joy, gratitude, but it also addresses the seriousness of it. And we do talk about depression and anxiety, but we just kind of do it in a lighter way. Mm-hmm. So I'm just hoping to touch as many lives of people that are hurting and help them turn their lives around.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. And we lift up that intention as your book is getting ready to be released and shared with the world. Very excited about it coming out on October 4th. So just in case anyone missed that, we all have that on our calendar, and that special rate, the first 24 hours that you can lean into. And Shirley, I know this is a busy time. I was sharing that when we were talking with Aurora as well. There's such a busy time time the week before. So thank you for creating time and space for us today to share so we can lean in and celebrate as your book comes forward. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. And I also want to thank you for going through this whole process with me. You made it very comfortable and much easier than I thought it would be, just because I trusted you and felt very comfortable and safe with you. So I want to thank you for that as well.
Oh, thank you, Shirley. I'm honored, and it was an honor and a pleasure to be trusted in that space and to get to be part of your journey as you lean in to bring this book forward. So thank you, and I celebrate you. And listeners, as we go to our next commercial break, I encourage you to pull that calendar out again. Put October 4th on the calendar. Great full week of opportunities to support you and your family and those that you know. So write those October 4th and October 6th on your calendar. And take a moment to reflect on what you have heard Shirley share. What has spoken to your heart, to your spirit? What's been prompted? And we'll continue our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you've had a chance to take some great notes, really be present with those things that are speaking to you, that are touching your heart, your spirit. I encourage you at the end of the show today, don't just rush back into the day. Take a moment for you. You get to be in charge of the day. Really look at what is touching your heart, your spirit. What are you wanting to do as a result of our time together today? And put that into motion. Choose how you step back into your day. Because you are a gift. You are important and valued and absolutely needed in the world. And the best gift you can give the world is more of you. So be mindful of how you're choosing to show up, of how you're choosing to step forward, and take those couple moments at the end of the show to support you in that, to really choose to be who you want to be, how you want to be. And tools to support you on your journey. We've shared some great resources you can lean into this week on October 4th and October 6th. And you've gotten a taste of Shirley and Aurora. And I'd love for you to be able to have more. So have that paper and pen ready. I'm going to have them share their contact information on purpose so that those that you're resonating with, that you want to follow, that you want to know more, you can go deeper with. So have that paper and pen ready. Really build those connections. Allow that support in your life, and know that we are a community on this journey together. So with that, Aurora, I'd love for you to share your book title again, the date it's coming out. And I know there's something else special about that date. If you want to share, you can. And your contact information.
Okay. So The book is Super Intelligent, Emotional Me. It's coming out October 6th, which happens to be my birthday, funny enough, also, because you chose that date without knowing it.
I love it.
And thank you also for, going through this with you, because it's been nothing but a very enjoyable journey. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I think that's it. Is that what you asked? Or maybe where we can find us?
Yeah, I'd love for you to share. So happy early birthday. We'll be celebrating with you on October 6th, absolutely, along with the birth of your book as well. So it's a very full day. And what is the best way for people to contact you and follow you?
So social media, you can find out on Insta at Think at Home. And we also have our website, www.inthinkathome.com.
Perfect. And Instagram is the best way to follow your favorite social media?
Yes, I think that's where we'll have the most content.
Okay. Perfect. Just want to make sure everybody got that. So that's wonderful. And you're welcome. Happy early birthday again. Excited for the launch of your book, the birth of your book, and the honoring of you as well. And it's been a joy as well to be on the journey with you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Shirley, I'd love for you to give us the full title of your book again, the day it's being released, its birthday, and when the best way for us to connect with you and follow you.
Yes. Well, Sweet Freedom Whispered in My Ear is the title of the book. It is being launched on October 4th. If you wanted to be a part of my private Facebook group, it's Red Leaf Healing, and that will get you can join my group, and I blog, and you can contact me through there, but you can also contact me at shirleybuck.com. That's SHIRLEYBUCK.com. And you can schedule calls there. You can reach out. You can get on my email list, whatever you'd like to do there. And October 9th is actually my birthday, so all of our birthdays are very close. So.
I love it. I did not know that.
Happy birthday. Aurora, happy birthday. Yes, it's kind of funny that we're all so close together here.
I love it. So we can make their birthday wishes come true and sharing out these books and the messages and really lifting up the intention of really changing hearts and lives. And together we can do that heart by heart, life by life. So I thank you, Shirley, for joining us today and sharing. Excited about the launch of your book. I love all of the synchronicity of birthdays coming together, and that's beautiful, and what a wonderful energy to bring to the show today and to share out as we lean into all that's coming forward next week. And listeners, also, you may have something birthing in your heart and spirit. Perhaps you've been sparked to bring something forward and publish it, or share your story, or there's a message you're really called to bring forward. I wanted to share a resource that can support you. It's called the Emerging Author Series, and that's with an S, emergingauthorseries.com. It's a collection of ebooks that are our gift to you. You can select as many or as few as are supportive, but they really give you direction on how to navigate the publishing world, myths and truths. What I have an idea, now what? Or I've written it, now what? What are the steps? What is a best-selling launch versus publishing? All of those types of things, the questions were asked all the time in the publishing space. That's how we created these resources. So I encourage you to check those out, anyone that has that on their heart and spirit, and find that path forward. Because if it's laid on your heart and spirit, it's because people need what's been planted. And they need it now, not someday, not 10 years from now, but there's an urgency. So I encourage you to take steps to bring your message, your gift forward. And as you take those pauses before you lean into the rest of the day, remember to always choose to bloom where you're planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel, with a replay on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Variety Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.
Thanks again for listening to the preceding program, brought to you on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. For more information about our network